Hello, I'm Philip Stoten. I'm here at Apex 2019 on the SCOOPstudio, and I'm joined by three people to discuss the topic of STEM education and the SMT workforce of the future. We have Collette from IPC and John from IPC, and Alec, who is formerly from Norton Simtech but is currently working with the MiraCosta Community College. Thanks for joining me. I wanted to start with you, John, because last year in your keynote you talked a lot about the kind of scale of this issue and the need to bring people in. Give me a quick kind of global overview of where you see the challenges and how important this work is.
Sure. So the workforce gap, or the skills gap in Europe, they often refer to it that way, it's a global issue. It's happening in Asia, it's happening in China, Europe, etc. And this is not a new problem for the electronics space. This has been going on for decades. And so it's one of the, so IPC, as you know, we're focused on standards, education, advocacy, and solutions. So the whole education space is really about trying to help people develop or create new skills as they go forward. And so that's, as a trade association, our goal really is to help companies be more successful. And when we survey the industry, the number one issue that they continue to bring up is workforce. How do we find the right people with the right skills? And it's really preventing business from happening. They're literally not investing in lines because they can't find the people to man them.
Yeah. So do you see your role there as just education, or is it encouragement in education? Is it part of the getting people in?
It's both. So we are actually educating. So we certify hundreds of thousands of people every year. We have developed new online systems in order to have broader reach more inexpensively through the IPC Edge program. And then now, more recently, so most of what you'll see IPC doing is really about those who are already in the industry. The reason we formed the IPC Education Foundation, which Collette is helping lead those efforts for, is to reach those who aren't in the industry. So you've got those in colleges, and as well as high schools and pre-colleges as well.
Yeah. Alec, from your point of view, you're involved with these kids on a regular basis. You got involved in the MiraCosta, you have a foundation there. It's supported by Norton. Tell me a bit about how that program works and the sort of kids you're seeing come through and the sort of opportunities you're creating for them.
Sure. Well, one of the things we've identified with for STEM students is you need to provide the student the opportunity to study. And in community colleges, lots of times people are they have a job and then they're going to school, right? And so these people need to have an area or a place to get tutoring, to meet with their other students, to have collaborative meetings, and sometimes that's required in the coursework. So we've provided a STEM learning center, Norton STEM Learning Center, at MiraCosta Community College, and there we've monitored how like a program like drop-in tutoring helps keep students in the classes. So it's not enough just to get them there. Now you have to give them the tools and the support so that they can finish their classes. And we've seen students go from 64% completion rate to 85% completion rate of a science class like math or calculus. So because they're able to get the support, the tutoring, to when they run into problems, when they can be there. Right?
Yeah, and it's interesting. Some of those students are quite challenged in terms of being able to do that. You talk about some of them having jobs. Some of them have even bigger challenges than that.
They're bigger. You don't realize it, but I mean, I don't have the exact statistics, but there are like 30% of the students sometimes are food challenged. In other words, they don't really know where the next meal is going to come from. The school does provide some of that with some free food, but it's also, they have challenges with homelessness, right? Like 20% of the students will not have a home that they can count on. They've either got a car or they're going from apartment to apartment on couches, right? So you don't realize that, but this is all an underlying issue with people that are coming out of high school and then going into college, community college, to get a further education, and they don't have the support to do that. So we try to provide that.
Yeah, and I think Alec, when I look at you as an individual, the electronic industry has been pretty good to you. So it's nice to see that go around and you giving a little bit back.
You have to give back.
So
right?
that's appreciated. Collette, you have a whole bunch of programs going on, but you have specifically stuff coming through tomorrow. You have students here. Tell me a bit about that.
Absolutely. We are super excited about the program we have for you tomorrow and our members here at IPC Apex. Last year we began this STEM Day, as we call it. We had 50 students, 2 schools. Tomorrow we're bringing in 100 students from 6 area San Diego schools. The programming will include a career event, a career panel. The students will then be experiencing a solder experience where they'll go on, they'll have a demo, and then they'll actually get hands-on solder in their hands, understanding how that tool works, what the implications of that tool is. We'll then take them around the show floor. Many of our industry members have stepped up and they're giving guided tours of their booth. We're also exposing them to the CFX line, which is our Connected Factory Exchange, so they'll really see at the forefront of technology here at Apex. One of the things that we like to say with the foundation, our mission and our goal, is that we have 3 things we want to achieve. We want to change perceptions, create pathways, and prepare students. And those 3 Ps sound very simple. It's very aggressive in terms of doing that job, but we're very excited, and tomorrow is the first day of the foundation's launch, as John is going to announce.
Yeah, and you have partnerships with a whole bunch of colleges and a whole bunch of local educations throughout the U.S.
We have our 6 inaugural chapters will be NC State, North Carolina State, Auburn, Central Carolina Community College, Michigan Tech University, and Gwinnett Community College. That's just the beginning. This year alone, we hope to set up 50 community college, university college, IPC chapters, and we're going global. In addition to that, we're working with CTE, Career Tech Ed instructors at the high school and community college level. We hosted 25 of them from the area yesterday, and we've got some exciting plans around building pilot programs for boot camps, for soldering, and a number of other initiatives that we hope to bring down into the high schools and make it free to students.
Okay, John, when you look at that, you see all the stuff that IPC are doing, the stuff that colleges like MiraCosta are doing, and the work that Alec does. There's space for even more collaboration. There's space for IPC to get involved in what's going on here, and vice versa, and really create some opportunity, because kids will come around here tomorrow. Hopefully, some will be engaged and they'll be excited, and they're going to be looking for a college place.
That's right. So we are, as Collette mentioned, looking to collaborate with several, and I know they've begun discussions even with MiraCosta. So. We've set some fairly aggressive goals in a very short period of time. The other thing we're trying to do is to help them to be better prepared for actually getting a job, is share actually the programs that the industry is already using in terms of the credentialed programs that they know. So IPC certificates and certifications. At the high school level, we're actually going to be providing those for free. And at the university levels, we're trying to integrate some of those into the course levels. So the idea is, and I actually, in our pre-conversation, Alec mentioned that as well, is education changes lives, it changes futures.
Yeah.
And that's part of the reason I think they hired me as the CEO of IPC, is my doctorate is in education.
Yeah.
So it's a passion of mine, and we're trying to. It's going to help the industry, and it's going to hopefully help everybody who's involved in it in terms of on an individual basis as well.
Yeah. Alec, I just wanted to end with you. I kind of see you here as the voice of the student, but someone that's got real experience of what's happening. Are we making a difference? Is stuff improving? Are we seeing more opportunity for these kids, and more opportunity and more likelihood of them ending up as being the workforce of the future?
Oh yeah, it's a huge impact on students to be able to give them some guidance, like in STEM education, and a lot of things that help are, for instance, one program we have is called Guided Pathways, where you start to, when a student comes in and they want to go into some science or technology area, you have to guide them as to these are the courses that you have to take. Ask them what their goals are so that they have a clear in their mind what it is that they want to be and what they want to achieve, and then you have to guide them. Take these courses at this time, etc.
Yeah.
Because they don't have those tools
Yeah.
necessarily when they come in.
Yeah.
So that is another aspect that keeps community colleges to have a higher success rate.
Yeah.
Is to help the student come up with their goals, help the student know which courses to take to succeed.
When we first met, it was at a SMTA chapter meeting. It was a Neotech, I think Creative Electron, where they're all companies that are getting involved in what you're doing, supporting your activity. That there's a real collaboration and a kind of a groundswell to make this happen.
Absolutely, and one of the visions we have what we call the Technology Career Institute. There we teach electronics assembly, soldering, that type of thing. We teach technicians a certificate on how to repair electronic equipment and that type of thing. One of our visions, and we're just starting to look at this, is wouldn't it be great to have an SMT line and then to train students on how do you program, how do you maintain these SMT lines. So that's kind of more in our vision in the future.
Yeah. There's one upstairs that isn't needed tomorrow afternoon. You should go and have a word with all those vendors, see if they can just move it up the road for you. That would be perfect. Collette, sounds like a great program tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to that. Alec, thank you so much for being here. John, always great to get your insight. Thanks so much, and we'll speak again soon. Thank you.